Guyana Amazon Warriors, a statistical preview for the Caribbean Premier League 2022. So the Guyana Amazon Warriors, I can honestly say they've been the most consistent team throughout the CBL history. They've been 5 times the finalists. Remember back in 2013, in the first edition, Ramnari Sawan leading the Guyana Amazon Warriors. They made it to the finals, only to lose to the Talawas. 2014, Dennis Ramdin took over, and of course again, the Warriors made it to the finals back to back, but then they lost to Pollard's Tridents. And if we fast forward 2016 again, the finals, losing to the Talawas again. 2019, that year, it really hurt me for Guyana in 2019, because in 2019 they won all their league stage matches. They were the first team to win 10 from 10 in the league phase. Yes, Brandon King was in sublime form. Nicholas Puran, Shimron, Hetmaya, Shoaib Malik, their top order was in such beautiful nick, but they just couldn't get it right in the finals, and so the Tridents again upset them. But Amazon Warriors, 5 times finalists, and they've always made it through to the knockout. They've always made it through the group stage. So when you look at it, you have to say they've been the most consistent team. But of course, for 2022 now, they've looked to a new captain, and that is Shimron Hetmaya. So far they've tried pretty much everything on the Puran, they tried everything on the Chris Green, Shoaib Malik, Ramdin, Sarwan. It hasn't worked. So now they're looking to their local boy, Shimron Hetmaya. We as West Indian fans were really excited because we've been calling for Hetmaya to get some sort of leadership position, and I think this is the perfect building block for Hetmaya to just go out there and show his worth as a captain. Remember, he was the winning captain for West Indies under 19 back in 2016. Wow. So we'd love to see Hetmaya get into some leadership position in West Indies, and this is the perfect platform. And then when you look at their squad, so you have Tabrez Shamsi, Imran Tahir, Paul Sterling, Henry Klaassen, Colin Ingram, Vasami Permal, Ronsford Beaton, Shimron Hetmaya, Kimo Paul, Romaria Shepherd, Sheho, Odin Smith, Chandra Paul Hemraj, Gudakesh Moti, Jermaine Blackwood, Matthew Nandu, and Junior Sinclair. So overall, you'd say Guyana, they have a pretty balanced squad, and the first thing we can clearly say is that they've stuck to what they've done throughout the history of the CPL. They have a lot of spinners. You look at it, Tabrez Shamsi, Imran Tahir, quality for Sami Permal, Gudakesh Moti. That's what they do. Chandra Paul Hemraj to give them a couple off break if needs be. So Guyana, they've always been that team to try to bamboozle team with spin. So let's have a look at players to watch out for, and we have to start with the bat. And looking through the Amazon Warriors squad, the 2 players I'm going to say we should watch out for this CPL with the bat is, of course, their captain, Shimron Hetmaya. If you look at Hetmaya's career so far, 47 games, over 1,000 runs, averaging 28, that's okay, but his strike rate, look at his strike rate, 131. That's magnificent. So I think Hetmaya is going to be key, because if you look at the composition of the team around him, you don't really see players that bring that fear factor at the top of the order. You don't see that fear factor in the middle of the order. So I think Hetmaya, he's the biggest name in this squad. He's going to have to try to look to maybe bat at number 4 and try to anchor the team, as well as look at his IPL number this year as a finisher, batting at number 5 for the Rajasthan Royals. He's averaging 44 and a strike rate of 150, which shows that he's very comfortable playing that finishing role. So I think that Hetmaya batting at 4, not too early, will allow him enough time to, set the tempo throughout the middle of the innings and then begin the launch for the back phase of the innings. So I think number 4 will be ideal for Hetmaya, and he's definitely the number 1 player to watch out for with the bat. For me, next is Romaria Shepherd. And over the years, Romaria Shepherd, he's been known maybe as a player to come in and just finish off the game. But I think this year is going to be really critical for him. Looking at the balance of this Guyana Amazon Warriors team, Shepherd might be batting a little bit higher than he's used to. Used to batting at 7-8. I think Shepherd will be batting more at number 6. And he will be the crucial finisher in this Warriors team. You know, we have finishers like the Colin Ingram, Romario Shepherd, Odin Smith, but I think, and Kemo Paul if he's playing, but I think Shepherd will be the number 1 finisher for the Warriors. If you look at his numbers in his international career, he's shown that he can be a good finisher, averaging 38 and a strike rate of 148 in his international career so far. We all just seen that 44 not out against New Zealand when West Indies had long lost the game, and himself and Odin Smith, put some respect to the total and ensure that, it was a competitive game at Sabina Park. So I expect Romario Shepherd to be their number 1 finisher this year, batting at 6. You look at his CPL career, last year again, he had that brilliant 72 not out against the Talibas. The Warriors were struggling. I think they were 70-something for 7. And Romario Shepherd brought them up to 138. A brilliant 72 not out. A one-man effort, pretty much. And so I think Shepherd and Hetmeyer, those two are the key for the Warriors with the bat to ensure that the Warriors have a productive 2022. Looking at their bowling, Imran Tahir has been, he's been there and thereabout for the Warriors for some time now. And if you notice, last year, he wasn't as dominant as he used to be. I think, Caribbean players are a little more acclimatized to Imran Tahir. And so I think Tabraiz Shamsi, the new added wrist spinner, he will have a big part to say in the Warriors if they're to do great things for this CPL. I think Tabraiz Shamsi, looking at his career, when he was at the St. Kitts Patriots between 2015 to 2018, he had 33 wickets, economy of 7, and an average of 19, so it's below 20, that's pretty decent. And his economy being below 7.5, that's very good. And that was Shamsi of the past. We're talking about Tabraiz Shamsi that went to the World Cup last year for South Africa. Tabraiz Shamsi that came to the Caribbean last year and bamboozled West Indians. Yes, remember South Africa beat West Indies 3-2. That's the Shamsi that we're looking at now. He's the upgraded Tabraiz Shamsi. He's in very good form. And so I expect Tabraiz Shamsi to lead the spin attack for the Warriors. And then, looking at it, Ransford Beaton, he was banned for his bowling action. You don't want to put too much pressure on the young man coming back into the Warriors setup. So I think that the seamer that will have to lead the attack is Odin Smith. He's the express seamer, and Odin Smith, he has been improving. If you look at his CPL career, there's nothing special about it. 29 wickets from 25 matches, so he's getting roughly a wicket a match, but his economy 8.5. Not really splendid by any stretch of the imagination. But if you look at the New Zealand series recently, only a small sample size, 3 matches on his home surface in Kingston at Sabina Park. 3 matches, 7 wickets, averaging 13, 3 for 29, and twice Odin Smith was the best bowler of the day, picking up a couple 3-fers. And also in the India series, he had a 3-for right before the Kiwi came. So Odin Smith, he's looking in good rhythm, and you'd want him to carry that into the CPL. And so we have to look now at the starting 11. And for me, this was very hard to select because first thing is I have to say, remember, only 4 overseas players can play. And so without a doubt, Paul Sterling will play. He's going to open. Tabraiz Shamsi and Imran Tahir will play. So those are 3 overseas slots that are taken. So the critical spot now is the 4th overseas slot. Who will get it? Will it be Henrik Klassen? If he gets it, he will wicket keep. But if Henrik Klassen play, then they can't play Colin Ingram, a specialized left-handed finisher in the middle order. And so I am saying Colin Ingram will play. They leave out Henrik Klassen, and that will allow them to have to play Shea Hope as a wicket keeper, and in return Jermaine Blackwood will not play. So this is my starting 11. Hemorrhage without a doubt will open the batting with Sterling. I would put Shea Hoop at 3 because I want Hetmyer to bat at 4 to anchor the innings and also lay the template to start the launch for the end of the innings. Colin Ingram at 5, Romario Shepherd 6, Odean Smith 7, Versamy Permal, Ransford Beaton, Imran Tahir and Tabraiz Shamsi. So looking at that 11, you might be saying it's more filled with all-rounders, but I think this is a good mix for the Warriors. And remember, the Warriors, they like to open with spin. So Versamy Permal can open with, you never know, Hemorrhage sometime if there's 2 left-handers at the crease and they want to just, have a right-arm off-spinner. Shanjapal Hemorrhage is there. They can go with Odean Smith and Ransford Beaton. We never know. Or maybe they want to open with a seam and a spin. I think Guyana, they have the best balanced attack in terms of the bowling. They can open with Shepherd and Ransford Beaton. They have the variety. They can choose how they want to construct their innings when they're in the field. And so what are the chances of the Warriors winning CPL 2022? So I looked at the venues and you notice they have 2 games at St. Kitts, 2 games at St. Lucia, 1 at Brian Lara, 1 at Queen's Park Oval, and they have 4 home games in Guyana. Now remember, Guyana and the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, those are very spin-friendly surfaces. So they have 5 games on spin-friendly surfaces and they have the best spin attack. So guess what? I have them to make it to the semi-finals yet again. And in terms of will they make it to the finals, I don't see them making to the finals because I just think that there'll be heavy dependence on Shimron Hetmyer. Looking at it, Paul Sterling and Hemorrhage, both of them are hit and miss openers. Hemorrhage last year had a big 100 and apart from that, he had no other significant score. Colin Ingram, a little bit of a hit and miss, the South African. Looking at their finishers, there's no guarantee that Shepherd, Odean Smith, or if Kemo Paul plays, if they'll be able to consistently finish innings. And so I just see them making it to the semi-finals. I don't see them winning. But I want you guys to comment what would be your starting 11 and what do you reckon of this Guyana squad and how far do you see them going in the CPL? So please also to make sure to just like and subscribe and thank you for watching. It's your boy Ronaldo and I am out.